Okay, now let's see another alternative to if-else structure. We have switch. Okay, switch structure. So switch structure is alternative to if-else. Okay, switch expression is evaluated first. Okay, after this I will show you the switch structure. Value of the expression determine which corresponding action is taken. So same as the one that we have gone through in if else. Okay, the action to be taken is determined by the expression, whether evaluated to true or false. So expression is sometimes called selector. Okay, expression value can only be integral. Okay, its value determines which statement is selected for execution, and a particular case value should appear only once. So meaning that in switch structure, each case will appear only once, so it cannot be redundant. Okay. So one or more statements may follow a case label. Braces are not needed, okay, to turn multiple statements into a single compound statement. So this is the main difference between if-else control structure and switch structure. Because in if-else control structure, if we want to include more than one statement under if, we have to put it in curly, open and curly bracket, which is known as compound statement. But in switch, we don't have to put compound statement. Okay, so the break statement may or may not appear after each statement. In switch, we have a new term that we will see later, break and default, and also case. Okay, these are the reserved words that will appear in switch structure: switch, case, break, and default. Okay, so when value of the expression is matched against a case value, statement execute until break statement is found or the end of switch structure is reached. So whenever the value of the expression match the case value, the statement following will be executed until we found the break statement or until the end of the switch structure. If value of the expression does not match any of the case stated in the switch structure, the statement following the default label execute. Okay, sorry, typo, statements. Okay, statements following the default label execute. If no default and if there is no match, the entire switch statement is skipped. Okay, we will see later. And then a break statement cause an immediate exit from the switch structure. So kalau ada break tu memang dia akan terus exit lah. Okay. Okay. So this is the flow chart. Okay, for the switch structure, we have a few cases. Case value 1. Okay, we have branches here, either true or false. If true, go to statement 1. If false, check another case. Okay, if true, go to statement 2. If false, go to the next cases. And finally, we have default. Default means other than the above stated cases. Okay, and then after each true statement here, the statement, and then we will end it with, it will be ended with break. Okay. Okay, let's see one example of case switch case statement. Okay, switch choice. Okay, this one we need to declare a choice. Okay, and we have 3 cases and then 1 default. Okay, as you can see, we have different statement for each case, and then after the statement we put break, meaning that if, let's say, case 1 is true, evaluated to true. Okay, statement 1 will be evaluated and then break. Break means we skip, we execute, we exit from the let's say this one, okay, this one, break statement causes an immediate exit. So once we found the correct case based on the input, okay, we perform the statement and then we break. Okay, so the statement based on which switch label is selected, case cannot be floating point. Okay, so for switch, you cannot apply it to floating point. Okay, usually only integer or character. Okay, switch ni hanya sesuai untuk character dan juga integer sahaja. Tidak boleh digunakan untuk floating point decimal number lah. So break is typically used between cases to avoid fall through. Dia macam once kita dah jumpa satu case yang betul, kita akan execute statement ni and then break. We stop from evaluating the rest of the cases. And then the default statement is executed if the value of the switch expression is not found among switch labels. Switch label ni maksudnya case 1, case 2, case 3. So meaning that if none of these stated cases match the input switch here, choice, okay, then it will go to default. Okay. Maksudnya kalau choice tu tidak ada yang menepati case 1, case 2 ataupun case 3, dia akan pergi kepada default. Okay. Okay. This is one example of switch case. Okay. Previously we have done if else for grade option, right? Okay. So we can also change it into switch structure. Sama je, benda yang sama tapi previously kita guna if else, so yang ni kita guna grade. Okay, so how to transform the previous coding into switch structure? We can put it in this way. Char grade, okay, declare it as usual, and then in grade, switch grade. Okay, this is the switch structure, and then ada dia punya choice grade. So we are going to evaluate whether grade entered by the user match these 5 cases. Okay, let's say the user give input A. Okay, so A, when we enter the body of the switch structure, okay, so the compiler will check, okay, case A, okay, match the number entered, the grade entered by the user, so it will print out score 90 to 100 and then break. So break, dia akan exit daripada switch structure ni lah. Okay, because the compiler already found found that the input entered by the user match the grade for case A. Okay, for case A. Okay, let's say the user entered F and then none of these cases stated match the input F. Okay, what happened? The compiler will go to default. After checking case equal to A, case A no, case B no, case C also no, case D also no, case E also no. Okay, katakanlah user masukkan F, so it will go to default and print out invalid grade was entered. Okay, so in case of you want to develop a program and then you want to avoid the user from sometimes user will enter invalid input, you can give default option also for that kind of situation. Maksudnya kalau you nak buat satu program, kadang-kadang orang salah masuk, kita nak nombor tapi orang masukkan huruf. Okay, so we can put it in this way, letak default and then keluarkan statement cout invalid grade ataupun invalid input to notify the user that the input entered is invalid. Okay, now let's try to implement switch in our coding. Okay.